Hello, welcome friends. My name is Avinash and I welcome all of you to another interesting episode of Corporate Face-to-Face series. Friends, in these episodes, we speak to emerging companies from emerging sectors, and we make it a point to talk to the promoters and the top managements of such companies. And in this process, we get a lot of valuable information from the top management promoters about the company's business model, their growth journey, their future growth plans. And in this process, investors can take a very conscious investment call. And friends, today we are going to talk about another interesting company which is going to hit the capital market very soon. The company's name is Mahamaya Lifesciences Limited. And I have the privilege of having Mr. Krishnamurthy Ganeshan, who's the promoter and managing director of the company. Mr. Krishnamurthy, it's a pleasure for me to host you. And thank you very much for sparing your valuable time.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome.
Yeah. So, sir, first question, which is very elementary. If you could just tell all of our viewers, what is the broad business model of our company? What is the positioning of our company in the domestic and export market? And sir, how did this business journey start? Did you start this company or was it started by your father and then you took it forward? Sir, if you could please share your thoughts.
Yeah, I will start from the last question, the brief history of the company. This is the first generation business company. Nobody was in business in our family. And I am a technical person. I am a chemistry man. I did my MSc way back in 72 from Madras University.
Okay.
And after that, I started my association with agrochemical industry in 1979, and I am a quality. In all these places. I worked in two companies, one in South and one in North. All these two companies, I was heading the quality control, product development, R&D, and regulatories.
Okay.
Regulatory is a very important aspect in agrochemical business. And the last 10 years of my tenure, I was heading the global regulatory and international business development. Then I had the opportunity to travel widely to Europe, US, and China. In those days, till 90 end, there were more than 15 multinationals in India. They were having a big share in the agrochemical market. There were a few Indian companies. And most of the products they launched are very old. And only from 2000, they started bringing new molecules which are less toxic and which are safer to the environment. But there is no alternative. Other people cannot make that product. So the farmers have limited access to these products. Then I thought at that time itself, some other countries like China, they were far ahead of us. And they were able to produce these products at a much lower cost with the same quality parameters and other requirements. And so I decided to start a consulting company in 2000. And I started this in my second floor with one guy, and my wife lent me 50,000 rupees. That's how I started this consulting company. Then our main focus was to register this. We need registration, something called registration, to do anything in agrochemicals, whether import, export, or manufacturing, sales. For everything, you need a registration. This is issued by the Ministry of Agriculture, Central Insecticide Board, which comes under Department of Agriculture. And for the import registration, it takes about 5 years and more than a crore of rupees as on date. You have to spend money. You have to prove the efficacy on the crops and the safety of the product to the farmers, to the field, and also the environment. And you have to do a lot of studies in toxicology, chemistry, and on field studies in approved laboratories by the government. Not you cannot do anywhere and give some document. This will take more than 3 years to make the documents, to finish the studies and make the document and submit to CAB. Then they 1 to 2 years to give the product registration. That's how we started. Initially, I imported and allowed other companies to import that one, and then we were getting commission. We were not directly involved.
Correct.
And then in 2008, my second son, he finished his MBA from UK. He came back. He wanted to make it a full-fledged company. Only from 2008 onwards, even though the company was established in 2002, Only from 2008 onwards, the actual business started. We started importing and selling the product as that is called active ingredients. Whatever we register, it is the active ingredient, not the final product. So
Correct.
that was sold many companies and it was well accepted. We select the products in such a way, those products which are not manufactured in India or their capacity and requirement, there is a big void. Only those such products we started registering. And by the three directors, one is myself and the promoter and director, my wife. She has a banking background and a long experience with NIIT as product development manager. And my son, I told you. So from 2008, we started and we started building more and more products for registration and we got them. We launched in India. Initially, only it was we were importing and selling it as it is to other companies. Then from 2016 onwards, we started formulating it. That is the final formulation, end-use product, which is used by the farmer. We made it in toll manufacturing and supplied to other companies.
Okay.
We started way back in 2005, and brand we started in 2018. In 2018, we also got the allotment from GADC, the plot in Dahej, where we have the factory. We started making it, but due to COVID, it got delayed. Only by 2021, we started our manufacturing. So our business has four segments. One is importing the active ingredients and then selling it as it is. Second one is converting it into the final product, bulk formulation, and selling again B2B. Third is the brand product. Fourth is the export. All these things, we have four types of, four business segments in our range.
Okay.
I think briefly I have briefed you about
Yeah.
the
Fine.
history and also, yeah.
So, sir, the second question is now you briefly mentioned about the core segments, but typically, in which, where you said you obviously import, active ingredients, of some products which are not readily made in India or which are having low capacity in India. If you could give us, what are the categories of crops which, you cater to, in a very simple way for people to understand that typically which are the categories? Is it mostly the cash crops or typically, which farmers use regularly? Sir, if you can give us a flavor on that aspect, because I was just wanting to know which are the user segments, for our, segment. Most of the agrochemical users are the farmers, but typically, if you could give us like whether it is for wheat, rice, for other cash crops, are these agrochemicals widely used across many sectors which are related to agrochemicals?
Yes, we have products which are used on wide variety of crops.
Okay.
See, we formulate and our brand products are not only what products we import and we have registration. We also buy locally
Okay.
the technical active ingredient and formulate. Each company, they have a wide range of formulations. You have to cover all the segments.
Okay.
Even big companies, they don't make more than 4 or 5 active ingredients. No company in India makes. So all the other things they have to source locally or from imported source and
Okay.
then make the final product. And we are covering a wide range. We are covering rice, wheat, fruits, vegetables, even tea,
Okay.
pulses. All these things are covered by our products.
Okay. Okay. So understood. Sir, just to understand things better and for the benefit of our viewers, sir, how many active ingredients typically are we making? And typically, I've read from the prospectus that we are also into technicals. Sir, if
Yeah.
you could tell us that, technicals is slightly an advanced term, in terms of the product value. Now, tell us one thing, what is the kind of work we have done on the technical side, product category? And sir, on the export market side, which are the export markets we have targeted like?
Yeah. First, I will answer your first questions. We have more than 25 products, technical products. Some of them are imported. Some of them we have registered for local manufacturing, which are not yet manufactured. We can make it on top manufacturing till we make the plant. And formulations, we have more than uh, uh, 200, 250 formulations for local manufacturing. But we are branding, selling about 40 products and about exports. We are exporting to Dominican Republic, that is Latin America, and Turkey, Egypt, some of the African countries.
Okay.
We are now registering some products in Vietnam also.
Okay. So understood. Sir, just one more thing. I just wanted to understand what is our marketing network like? Typically, how do we access the customers? Do we have a distribution network where we sell it to the distributor and then the distributor sells it to the farmer? Or do we have a direct network that we sell the products directly to the farmer? How does it work for us?
Now, what you are telling is for brand products only.
Okay.
And all the companies, they have distributors and dealers. Nobody is selling directly to the farmers.
Okay.
And likewise, we are also, initially we have started in North and later West. Now this year we have added South also.
Okay.
So only East we are not present.
Okay.
And North India, we are in all the 4 states: Rajasthan, Haryana, Punjab, UP. We also going for Jammu and HP.
Okay.
And West we have in Gujarat and Maharashtra. South we have in Andhra, Karnataka, Telangana. Tamil Nadu, we are waiting for the approvals for
Okay.
selling that. So that will be also, will be starting soon.
Okay. So I think nice to know that, Mr. Krishnamurthy. Sir, now tell us, in each of the product segment that is active, agrochemicals, technicals, branded, formulations. Sir, how is the pricing of our products done? Is it based on a cost plus mechanism, or basically, how does it work? Like, for example, if some raw material prices go up, how do you factor in that increased raw material price and then sell the customers the final product? So typically, if you could tell us, how do you finally price the final product for all these products to the final customer?
Yeah, definitely the price increase will be shared to the buyer also. And uh, in brand business, most of the prices are almost fixed. There is small variation in different companies. And the export prices depend on the country where we export.
Okay.
And that's how it works. And
Okay.
B2B formulation, of course, again, it depends on raw material cost and current price and the uh, requirements and the demand for that particular product in a particular season. Yeah.
Okay. Understood. Sir, you said that some of the active agrochemicals you import and then you sell them in the domestic market. So, what's the overall raw material imports which we have? Typically, I just wanted to know because you've got good amount of exports. So, what is the percentage of raw material imports? Is it within a reasonable kind of figure? I mean, the number for us.
Yeah, no, see, raw material, if you take into account the active ingredient that is import, that will be in a higher percentage.
Okay.
All other raw materials for making the formulations are available in India.
Okay.
But the actives, either it has to be sourced from the local manufacturer or it should be sourced from the import.
Okay.
And most of the products are import also, and some of them are sourced locally.
Understood. That is fine. Sir, now let's talk about non-related financial question. We all know the financials, which I'll ask you in the later part of the interview. Sir, what is the value addition which our company offers to customers? Obviously, there are many other companies which also are there in the agrochemical business. But sir, since you have been in the business for such a long time, you have been on the R&D side, on the research side, so you know the industry well. Sir, tell us 2, 3 qualitative points to tell us that in what way does our company do a little slightly better job than the other players in the industry? If you could tell us 2, 3 points for our benefit.
The number one is I told you, we are registering products which are not manufactured in India, the active ingredients.
Yeah.
So, in addition to Mahamaya, there are only 2, 3 people who may be having this registration to import these products. For example, we have a star product called imamectin benzoate. Nobody is manufacturing in India. We got registration in 2016. It's almost 10 years, but nobody makes in India. All the products come from China. We are one of the importers, and so all the companies have to depend on these 3, 4 companies to source this product. This has a this is used on variety of crops, and usage is throughout the year. And because of a quality, the bulk formulations is well accepted by other companies. We are selling the bulk formulation to more than 10 companies in India.
Okay.
And our brand is also well accepted. Like that, we have 3, 4 products. We are bringing more products in the same category, and they are also, some of them are biologically based. So they are safer to the environment and then the farmers, user, and the crops, and it will be well accepted in the market.
Okay.
That's how we differ from other companies, or we have an edge over other companies.
Okay. Well, I think very nice to hear that, sir. Sir, now let's talk about the financials. I think I was just seeing your financials, sir, for this year, that is FY25. We have a very
Yeah.
good jump in top line, 264 crores top line, profit of 12.94 crores. And last year, this profit was 5.21 crores. So, very good improvement. Uh, Krishnamurthy, sir, please tell us, sir, what was the main reason? Was it because of higher volume, better prices? You got a better kind of a very good value, a product mix, which helped you raise the margin. What exactly went behind the numbers for such a solid performance from our company?
Yeah. See, the agrochemical industry sales totally depends on the monsoon and the climate. There should not be excess rain. There should not be a shortage of rain and the flood, famine, all these things. So this year, the 24-25 season was good. And one of our products, the imamectin benzoate, we have almost 3 times we have sold what we have sold in 23-24.
Okay.
For the quality, it was accepted, well accepted by the other, it is B2B as well as in brand. That is the main reason for, yes, bigger turnover, bigger sales, and profit also it's good. The prices were good.
Okay. Understood.
Yeah.
Sir, this seems to have continued in FY 25-26 also, because I was just seeing the numbers for first quarter FY 26, which have been shared in the prospectus. Sir, revenue of 84 crores and PAT of 4.10 crores. Sir, just tell us one thing without giving number. Sir, now this year monsoons have been fairly good. In fact, they have been much better than everybody's expectations. Sir, what is the kind of outlook you would like to share? Again, repeating, sir, we don't want a number. But if you can share the demand outlook, what you're getting from the sector, because I believe the first half normally is supposed to be a very good period for pesticide companies. The second half also business comes, but traditionally what we keep hearing is first half from April to September is like a peak period, and then the second half is slightly less than the first half.
Yeah.
So how could you describe the outlook for the current year?
It is quite good. And even though there are some floods and all in Punjab and now in South, but still, till now, the market is good. And we
Okay.
hopefully the coming season also will be good. And
Okay.
last year we have done 264. Definitely, we will there will be big increase in the. That's what we expected.
Okay. Okay. Well, I
Considerable
think,
percentage of
yeah.
improvement. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think very nice to hear. Sir, now since you mentioned that we should see a decent amount of improvement, I believe working capital is a very important component for us. So typically, Krishnamurthy sir, what is the normal working capital cycle period in our time? Like, when do you get your collections from your customers? Typically, how much credit is given to the customers? I mean, if you could tell us something on this.
Yeah, now actually 90 days is the credit period we give, but
Okay.
it stretches to 4 months,
Okay.
both from the distributor as well as from the customers. Yeah.
Okay. And typically, sir,
In
now.
export we get sometimes advance or
Okay.
as soon as on LC, and as soon as the material reaches, we get the money.
Okay. So understood.
We
So
are
I think
focusing more
exports are
on
slightly better.
export also.
Yeah.
We are
Exports are slightly better, you mean?
focusing more on, yeah, we are focusing now more on export and also brand in the coming years. We are
Okay.
registering our products in more countries.
Okay.
So for export also, you need registration in the country where you are selling. You
Oh,
have to do lot of tests for that. We are
okay.
spending money on that. We are increasing. We are registering in more countries, more products, and this will give a very boost to the company's sales and profit also.
Well, I think very nice to hear. Krishnamurthy sir, now let's come to the most important question for today's interview. Sir, we are going public, so it's a big achievement for you. All your efforts are being, going to be rewarded. Sir, tell us what
Yeah.
is the amount of capital we plan to raise from this public issue and what is the main objective?
Yeah, the main objective is to expand the formulation facilities
Okay.
in our package plant, and also making R&D pilot plant and the main commercial plant
Okay.
for active ingredient manufacture. These are
Okay.
and of course some money for the working capital and other things also.
Okay.
And
So basically, it will be working capital and some amount of capital expenditure which you will
more
incur.
for the capital expenditure and
Okay.
then some percentage for working capital and other things.
Okay. Understood.
Yeah.
And sir, now, what investors would also like to know, Krishnamurthy sir, that you started this company. Now you've got your son also on the board. So tell us what are your key functional areas? Like what areas of the business do you look at? What is your son looking at? If you could give us some idea.
Nowadays, my son looks most of the activities like imports and local sales, B2B.
Okay.
And I'm overseeing all these things. And my wife looks into she's a banker, so some of the financial
Okay.
facilities from the bank. And also, she was instrumental in getting the GIDC plot for us. So,
Okay.
all these things are taken care of.
Okay. But I think nice to know. Krishnamurthy sir, how many employees will we be having, the permanent and the temporary one? What is the total staff size currently?
We have about 75 staff,
Okay.
including plant executives,
Okay.
marketing, and then our head office or corporate office. I
Okay.
think in 26 we may touch 100.
Okay.
And
Fine. I think that is good to know. Sir, just wanted to understand just one final question on the overall strategy, because see, now you're going to go public. A lot of new investors are going to join you in your growth journey, and obviously they will support you as a promoter.
yeah.
Krishnamurthy sir, broadly, since you have managed this company right from day one, you created it. Sir, what would be your small message to them? Because everybody has expectations. You are hitting the capital market. From your side, sir, how you think you can reward them in the longer term? A small message from you.
Now, Mahamaya is a company based on research, technology, and quality. So definitely, we have a place in this industry. Those who invest in Mahamaya, definitely they will be happy in the coming years. They will be benefited. We won't let down our investors and
I think
shareholders.
very nice to hear, sir. And I am quite sure all the investors will support you, sir. One last question for today, sir. We have seen COVID, as you rightly said. COVID did a little bit of damage for us in the short term, but now things have bounced back again. Sir, what is
Yeah.
your assessment? What is the most important risk apart from the rains? You said monsoons are the biggest kind of problem for us. But apart from the rains, any other risk in the business which you think you have to tackle on a day-to-day basis?
No, the only single main risk is I told you the climate only. So if the season is good, the pest infestation is good, then
Correct.
you have better sales. And we
Okay.
are also coming up with a number of products which not only they are not in the category of insecticides, but
Yeah.
takes care of the soil and then for the better yield increase like biostimulants and all.
Yeah.
So risk factor is only the climate one for the whole industry, not only for Mahamaya.
Okay. Well, I think very
Yeah.
nicely mentioned by you. Sir, please accept my best wishes to you, your entire management team, and sir, best wishes for your forthcoming public issue also. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.